Children were not at all used to books and that kind of education. Where could they begin? And a idea which came to both of us was the importance of patterns.
Patterns are fascinating. In fact, there's been a huge amount of work looking at why the human brain is in love with patterns.
What is a pattern? What is being shown or known as a pattern? Is it really a pattern or being pretended to be a pattern? And what if, how do you measure when a child falls off a general pattern? And how to fall into a pattern? Do we learn it during our school days, or how do we learn about it?
And to begin to see the deeper general structure. So far from being ornament or just decorative, it is the deep underlying structure of patterns, of making sense in the brain.
The children took to play, but the adults said, what are you doing? They're not going to learn anything from this. Put them in a classroom and teach them. Yes.
Women who would draw these patterns were quite often illiterate, but yet they could remember how to draw these patterns effortlessly.
It needs to be expanded even farther out of languages and all the rest of it.
Patterns flow into meanings flow into each other, and these connect with all aspects of our lives.
This also has to do with making judgments, and it's very sophisticated making judgments in the visual arts or in any of the arts, because you're always operating at the edge of what is known. You're always operating at the edge of the new. And so we don't have standards and criteria.
Both scientific minds and artistic minds are creative. Is that creativity different?
So again, you're going back and forth between that which has rules and that which has no rules, and where the rules are living in our stomachs, and you just know when the piece is finished or when the piece is right.
One of the differences is that these patterns are done physically with the flowing of powder through the fingers. It is remembered not just intellectually, but almost through the body. It is done right from early age as a kind of movement, a gesture. It is part of gesture. And so it belongs to a different area of the brain, which is much more related to feeling.
Where I come from is, can art be therapeutic? Can you use art as a tool to improve or treat pathological states of brain functioning? And not just pathological states of brain functioning, can we make good brains better?
Children's brains are plastic, and then actually how can we actually use art to maybe identify these children, help them and get them somewhere else?
Young people who will go and kill an antelope and bring back to the tribe. But put them in systems like ours, then they become the zeros. These are the heroes in societies where there are challenges.
The question is, how can art lead to wellness?
That has to do with error and play. It has to do with a playful approach, exploration, kind of a whatever approach. And it's really important in schools because it turns error on its head. It says error is not something to be ashamed of, to avoid, or that proves that you're dumb.
When one's talking about art in this context, it's probably more about questioning. It's probably not just about colors and paper and different kinds of materials. Art is in the eyes of the beholder. It's about questioning answers versus answering questions.
Art and art training is a damn good way of hacking the brain, changing and rewiring the brain.